Hey guys, it's me, Warrior Adam here with a little type of podcast vlog, if you will. And of course, I am joined once again by my good friend.
Militaryman! Hello.
Yes, he's back to his little game playing on his side of the chat. But of course, we can always have some fun here with a little bit of a talk.
About the rain.
Yes, we were having a little pre-discussion about the type of horror things, ghosts and the like, the paranormal, if you will. Now, in my personal opinion, I do believe there's such a thing as the paranormal. And Military Man, I believe you agree as well.
Yes.
Now, one big one we were discussing, though, was the rake. Now, the rake has been a good chat over the internet over the years, now classified as a creepypasta and a fan-based character. He found some videos of what could have been the rake, which, of course, to me, I understand where, but at the same time, they do look a little fake, like someone in a like someone's in a costume, and that's the part, or it's just someone running or an animal. Now, I'm not saying there isn't a rake. There could possibly be. Many of these creatures we think are just rumors and legend.
Supposedly, the rake will stalk its victim.
Yes, it'll stalk the victim and slowly creep up until it kills them. And how it kills them, it could be gruesome, graphic, bone crunching, snapping. Kind of like, in my opinion, when you talk about the rake, I think, if you played, The Last of Us and all.
Yes.
The cannibals and Native American Indian, what are they called?
Wendigo?
Yes, the Wendigo. Now that, I believe, could possibly be an explanation for the rake. They stalk down their victims, and then how they kill them would be possibly the same way the rake would kill them.
Well, I mean, if I remember correctly, rake is sort of in between pure Wendigo, human. Sort of,
It's like a mixed breed. It's not a Wendigo.
Oh, well, in the middle of
You're cutting out a little.
Think of it as a
What? Transformation? You cut out a transformation.
Yes.
Now that could be a possibility, like a werewolf.
Yes.
The rake actually might not even know they're a rake. That could be an interesting idea. Maybe the rake is just a lycanthrope. Now, according to legend, most people hear lycanthrope or werewolf. That's all they think. But according to legend, there are were-rats, were-boars, were-cats, were-tigers, were-lions, and all types of creatures. Could be werewolves, were-creatures, lycanthropes. Now, lycanthropes are, in my opinion, the original basis of a furry. We all know the furries and all. Me, of course, I'm a press supporter.
You got the Bodark.
Yes, you have, and a lot of creatures based in legend could be same things. Like in Japanese culture, you have the kitsune, nekos, inus, and the like, animal-based humanoids. Humans that have an animalistic form, and then a pure animal form. They're not lycanthropes. They're actually servants of good. Camera. But yes, of course, we all know this to be a true...
Hang up.
What?
Keep talking.
Sorry. Anyways, we know these things to be true and all, and this is a very good idea on what could be. In my opinion, this is a very highly explainable answer to such problems. We could look back towards mythologies, not just American, not just Greek and all that, but Japanese and other cultures. They have things similar and quite close to our common day legends, urban legends, if you will. Now, if something came through my door this video would never probably get uploaded.
Oh?
Because, well, I'd be dead.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I have 1 window, 2 window, 3 window, and a door.
I only got one window and a door.
So something could attack me from all those points. But the thing is, most of these legends are by mere chance, and they only take places in certain areas of the world, and even the United States.
I remember correct.
Go on. You remember?
If I remember correct, Wendigo is more stationed more up in the northern parts of the West, such as Bismarck, North Dakota.
Mm-hmm. Same with the rake. If the rake is actually from where? North Dakota.
I said right, didn't I?
No, you said the Wendigo.
Oh.
But the Wendigo is a Native American legend in that same area. So that puts the rake and the Wendigos in the same general area of aspects. So that could actually prove Native American culture was right, that cannibalism turns you into a ravenous beast. Not a demon per se, but a rake could be the actual, what we mistake for a Wendigo.
Yes. Now the don't want to be mean, non-believers, but the skeptics out there can combat that by saying, well, what about all the people
who ate humans for matter of chance and
survival?
Yeah, and they're still fine. Maybe it's only a certain bloodline. Maybe if you are a believer of that cause or you're related to them, it's a family curse. You do this and you're punished. Like it's
or in my these guys have so many humans that has caused that.
Yes, they became purely dependent on it. That a subconscious form created itself.
Yes, and they lost their humanity.
Exactly. No, that would just be saying they're crazy. And possibly. Or they're not crazy per se, but they're no longer human mentally. Their brain is reset back to the state of an animal. Scientifically, it has been proven that it is possible to become redormant into an animalistic-like stage. That has happened in normal cases.
Yes.
And actually, some cases of lycanthropy were just that. The human mind was shifting back and forth between an animalistic urge and their human self. The mind couldn't.
Yes.
Now, some said it was because of the moon affecting water in the brain. There is no such proof of such a thing happening. I'm not saying maybe that is something that happens, but we have not proven it. We have proven so far that there is not such a thing, that we don't have enough water in our heads to be affected by the tides of the moon. Otherwise, if that happened with it couldn't just be a rare chance. There'd have to be a set population of people. There'd be more than just a few 10. Out of the population of the world, you'd have about maybe 100 cases of this every month, if that was a thing.
Yes. Oh, hey, don't forget, there's these creatures down in Indonesia that they're called hobbits, but Homo floresiensis. Supposedly they haven't gone in, but they are creatures.
Yeah, so they're human.
Homo sapiens.
They're human in nature. Their genetic coding is quite similar, but in a way they aren't human.
No. Think of a smaller, more aggressive Bigfoot.
Yes, exactly.
That
what? You cut out again.
Think of them as smaller Bigfoots.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That you wander into their territory.
And they attack you. Correct? Sorry guys, we do have some mic problems. We're not that good set up yet. He's using his phone. So we really aren't sure how this turns out at times.
Look at the jaw, boys. Look at the jaw.
Yes, and sometimes that's good. Like if you noticed on our last recording session together, we didn't really have this problem.
Now, there have been recent accounts of Wendigo
There has been.
activity. I think the last one was in like 2009. And this guy apparently...
See, but also that could be speculation because of the game that came out maybe a year ago now, I think, called The Last of Us, where the main creatures that are attacking you and all are Wendigos. Now it could be... But it could just be the hype of the creature game could cause people to become fanatic in creating stories.
Well, now this incident was 2009.
2009?
And I saw this, heard about this incident way before Last of Us.
See, that's another thing.
2010.
Yeah.
That I heard it.
Yeah, so there's a good chance. But we also have to remember, I'm not downproving this. This could have happened.
Yes.
But there's also the TV show Supernatural. And
yes, that show was a good one.
And sometimes there was reoccurring of a Wendigo. I remember one of the episodes in season 1, I believe. The main focus was a Wendigo attack.
Yes, I remember that episode.
So
Scared the piss.
That could have also created hype for this type of thing to happen.
Yes.
That is a possibility.
But the reason they say this was a Wendigo attack is of how brutal the attack.
Yes, and sometimes, though, people have mistaken Wendigo attacks for panthers and mountain lions.
No, but listen to this attack.
Okay.
The guy had boarded a Greyhound bus.
Okay.
Middle of winter.
Okay.
Guy asleep. So, all of a sudden, people started hearing
Screams?
Screams. Or the man screaming. Okay? Apparently the guy was stabbing. The guy had just got on the bus. Stabbing the guy who was asleep. I believe it was like 30-something stab wounds.
And then he started eating them, right?
No, the guy cut off the head, cut out the heart. You know, all the people got off. Cut out the heart. The heart?
I think I know the story you're talking about now.
Chopped off the
head. Cut up.
Held it up like a
trophy. Yeah, I've heard about that story. They just said he was insane and all.
Native Americans claimed he was
Wendigo. He's possessed by an evil spirit of hunger and all that. But of course,
most of the legends come from Native American lore. But
most police and all that would push it off as a side. Not that we're saying it couldn't be true, and that it's not true. See, we're here just stating the facts and things we have heard. We're not disagreeing or agreeing, really. We're just giving the information to you guys.
So you guys can leave comments on whether you believe it or not.
Exactly. You can help us try and prove this right. And who knows?
Or wrong.
Or wrong, yes. And who knows? Actually, idea. We might start a little series like this where it's us two talking and all. And maybe sometimes I'll be able to get James here Militaryman on camera here. And he could join us. And we could be having this type of talk and conversation. And turn this into a regular series, hopefully.
That would be
Now,
fun.
that's something I wouldn't mind doing. And I bet eventually you guys who are with the channel, and hopefully those who do see it but aren't subscribed yet, will begin to like it and all. I know, really, my channel is still experimental. It's like in beta. It's alpha, almost. I'm trying out things right now to get set. Of course, I've done a lot of World of Warcraft because that's something I enjoy. And with YouTube, I think it's something you shouldn't just be doing as a job. I don't do it as a hobby. I'm doing it as something I enjoy, I want to get good at, I want to get in videos and all that. That's something I really want to do.
Yes.
Military Man knows this.
Yes. And later, once I get internet back, I'll be able to join you guys on War Thunder, World of Warship.
Exactly.
Fun type.
We'll be doing more of this. And of course, I will get Will.i.am, probably the guest speak on here. Decado, Lucas the Mighty, Raz even, maybe, hopefully. Get some of the guys.
Hopefully.
And maybe other guest stars will come and talk. I believe.
Some other Chaos
Yes,
War Race.
our fellow group. I believe there is a big channel focused on like the top 10 most mysterious and all that. I think it's like Rob Dyke or something.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of those videos where it was like most
Gruesome.
Scariest sounds
Yeah,
of World
most
War
gruesome
II.
counters and crimes. I'm not saying we're gonna do that full on, but who knows? I might try and get him to guest speak on one of these videos, hopefully. Now, that's a bit far-fetched, I know, but that might be something we could try aiming for later on.
Yes.
To have people like that, who know the stuff inside and out. We are just new to this, really. We're just trying it. But
yes. I mean, I am a strong...
Sorry, what? You cut out. You're a strong believer of the paranormal?
I mean, yes.
And so am I.
Believer, because I have seen ghosts.
Yes, and now people will just group poltergeist and all that as figments of the imagination. Now, there are people who would disagree. And me personally, I believe they are real. I have seen some firsthand. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, there is a few Gettysburg memorials and all that. We went there.
Yes, I've seen those photos.
I firsthand, me and my little brother and dad, we went there and we saw them firsthand.
Lovely.
Terrifying at the age of 6. How do I know they were ghosts? They walked through the walls and roof.
Lovely.
Yeah, you kind of can tell. Hey, I don't think they're normal. You were definitely...
Yes. My spirit, or ghost, that I saw...
Technical errors.
Yes. My first spirit that I saw was,
a dog. The, one of my most favorite ghost stories, if you...
Just put them on the day.
You are cutting.
One morning. And around...
Your voice just went robotic.
Alright.
Yeah, it's better now, but you cut out real bad. You'll see it in the video.
Alright. But anyway, I got up around 5 in the morning. So I was thirsty. Well, I walk out, grab a glass, start pouring in water, start drinking, looking out the window. All of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see a dog.
Shadow?
Black man behind me. Turn around. Tail wagging. And all of a sudden, next...
Was it a pure black dog?
Yes. Which he was a black lab.
I know exactly what that is. Because I've seen one myself when I was younger. Same scenario. I went to get a drink of water, and I hear something scratching the floor. I thought it was my birth mother's dog. I turn around. There's no dog there, but I turn back to the sink, and on the counter was sitting a black hound. Research that, and they are known as shadow hounds. Not malevolent spirits, not evil ones. They are actually known as guardian hounds. Cerberus is technically in all mythology a shadow hound. He's a guard dog. They watch over certain people or certain place.
Now I feel
better.
But I mean, Shadow was about the same. thickness of as the
Yeah.
lab. Next second, he's gone. I turn around, just standing there, blinking.
Because
What the hell just happened?
when they are appearing, they are in full physical form, but they give off no scent or taste to the air.
I
You
actually
know,
did
of
not.
course, you're not going to lick them, but they give no scent off or anything.
Yeah.
But they have a physical touch and all that.
I actually did not hear that
See, and
at
usually they're
all.
silent.
Just appear, disappear.
Yeah, but the scratching is normally encountered when they get on surfaces. They don't normally appear towards midday. They will appear in early morning and afternoons when the shadows are longer. Because
Right?
from shadows and darkness they gain their strength.
Yes,
That
yes.
is-
Where
Another
is...
Another referred to be the
Ah,
Hounds of Tundalus, or hounds. They are
yes.
time-traveling hounds from the fabric of time that go around and hunt down creators of paradoxes.
Oh,
Now, if you see one coming for you, pray to God you don't get killed. Because from what I've read in legend,
run.
a single bite can tear a limb out of the socket without causing blood loss. 1 second your arm's there,
Bad.
the next it's gone, and you can see inside your socket.
Just sit there.
You'd be like,
Lovely.
"What just happened? I don't feel anything." It's like, where'd my
Well,
arm go? I don't feel anything. And the thing is, it won't cause pain, but it attacks you. It will tear you limb from limb until you're just a torso and a head before it takes your head off and ends your life.
Oh, lovely. Talk about
So
a
you
way
don't feel anything. That's a good thing. But you're just losing. It's painless. That's a
It's
good thing.
painless.
But you're losing limb by limb. I think you probably, if you don't die from, if it doesn't kill you before it, you might die of shock first. Because, oh, there went my arm. There went my other arm. There went my leg. There went my leg. Uh-oh.
Ah!
That would probably be both a terrible and a good way to die.
Yes. Another common, or one of the most well-known spirit type instances out there. Can you guess what that is?
I'm gonna give a guess. Poltergeist.
No.
Amityville
Horror.
I've not heard of that.
Yes.
I'll look it up, but Military Man, we are coming up on the end of this episode here. I know, we're
Darn.
getting so enjoying to this. But I do promise we will be out with another episode of this, guys.
Yes. Perhaps our next episode will be over the
Yeah,
Amityville horror
that might be a
Horror.
good idea.
and ghost stories from our own.
Missouri. How much horror do we actually have? That will be told in the next episode. I hope you all enjoy. Hope you all
Mosey.
enjoyed. And Military Man, care to say anything before we end this episode?
Stay metal, my
Yes, stay metal, guys. For the true music, we shall listen. Bye! And hope you all enjoyed.